Join me right now from. Are you in Las Vegas right now, Andrew?
I'm in Vegas, yes.
Okay, you're in Vegas. You're making the pit stop. Is it
Yeah.
kind of weird for you now, just being in isolation in the hotel?
It's not really ice. I mean, I'm here with my coaches and stuff, and so it's not that weird. Just a day, and then we head to Abu Dhabi. So short pit stop, but we're all used to quarantining now with COVID
Is something that
shit.
you're used to. So you
We're
have
used to
people
it.
there next to you. You could kind of talk to them, and if you want to move around, you can move around.
Yeah, it was just like the first night we got to the hotel. They test us right away, and then we go to our room. We go to sleep. We wake up and we have the results, and
Mhm.
everyone's negative. So now I can hang. I'm just hanging with my coaches, watching cops. you know,
That's
we're
still on.
watching cops. Yeah, they're watching cops. I was like, okay, and it was cool. Yeah, it
Have you ever
was.
had a moment where cops actually went to your city and you saw somebody that you knew on cops?
No, 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 I haven't. I'm not sure. I think it's bullshit. I don't know if it's real, man. I feel like it's set up. Like, how are these? How can you just record these criminals? And and they're talking. I don't know. Like, it just doesn't seem even legal. To put these guys' faces all over the world. I don't know. And some of the criminals are so it's outlandish. The stuff they do and say, like, it doesn't. I don't know. It's questionable,
Yeah, it
but I
is. It is
not the
questionable.
authority of cops.
Yeah, especially when these cops are so out of shape, and then all of a sudden they're chasing the criminals, and then they
Yeah.
it all gets shaky, and then they catch them
Yeah,
somehow. You
yeah, the
know?
cops always win too. The cops always win.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I don't
yeah. It's a good propaganda tool if you really want to
know.
look at it like that. But anyways, let's get to your last year, 2020. You only performed once, but man, it
Yeah,
was a great performance, spectacular.
thank
Violent would be some words to describe the knockout. You got a 50K bonus, which is always good for
yeah.
everybody. You know what I mean? For you, for anybody. Was that the most impressive, most satisfying win for you so far in your career?
I think so. Yeah, I've been asked this a lot. Like it's hard to tell because every fight you're in a different like time and place in your life, and you feel a different way. You know what I mean? Like every victory is unique in its own way, but like. I've been wanting to knock somebody out cold for a long time. You know what I mean? Like I love wrestling. Like it's my base. It's the first thing I fell in love with, and but got ever since for the last few years, I've just really dove into the striking and became kind of like a student of the game, and I feel like I took a bit of a dip and like highs and lows, and I couldn't figure it out, and finally it all just clicked, and in the fashion that you saw in the fight, and it was incredible, yeah. And then of course, like the bonus on top of it is just like icing on the cake, man. So I'm fine. That's something like for the rest of my life. That's gonna be like a highlight of my career. Hopefully, there's many more to come, but like that felt good.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. How did it feel though for you? When you connected with that punch.
Yeah, like how they say you never look for the knockout because if you look for it too hard, it's never gonna come. And it was just like that. Like I wasn't. I was just fighting. I was just trying to touch him. I was in the moment, and then before you know it, they just drop before your very eyes. Like and it's always it's unexpected. It's not like I hurt the guy and he was rocked and then I swarmed him. And no, I was like doing my thing in my groove, jabs, 1-2s, and then boom, he fell. And I a couple hammer fists on the way down, but like he was out. He was out on his feet. It's just it's sudden and it's shocking, and like that's why my reaction was just ah. It's so shocking. It's a surprise, but like you just the feeling is that's why we do it.
Yeah,
It's all
yeah.
about it.
Well, and the celebration was in some ways kind of awkward because there was nobody there. If there was a crowd, you would have felt the
Yeah,
energy, right? So, what was that
yeah,
feeling like?
yeah. I didn't care, man. Like it was whatever. Like you're just so overwhelmed with emotion, and
Hmm.
I'm just like hooting and hollering. And I'm like, oh, I think I said like, "Give me some, baby." Just like stupid shit. You can't make this. You can't make this stuff up.
Yeah.
It just comes like spur of the moment. That's why, like like when somebody wins a fight before or after a fight, like that's the realest
Mhm.
you're gonna see a person because it's just they're pure emotion. They're not thinking. They're just whatever comes to mind. It comes out of their mouth. So like you can really see a person's character
Yeah.
winning or losing, not just winning. Winning, of course, they're happy, and losing, they're sad, and but you can really see who a person is in those tough times.
In the post-fight interview, you said that you're feeling like you're putting everything together. It's almost like a new beginning for you. You've had probably a lot of learning lessons throughout your UFC career. What is something that you could pass on to somebody that's watching this interview right now that is coming up in this sport?
Yeah, so there's a lot of good times for everything. You feel like you're running with all the techniques and the things you're learning, and then sometimes there's lulls, and that's normal because like fighting's like it's like a puzzle with 1,000 pieces, right? And you learn tools, you'll get a piece of the puzzle here, and then you get another one on the other side of the board, and like they maybe don't connect right away, right? But they're two very important pieces of the puzzle. But like eventually, you keep learning, you keep growing, and then you'll start to make connections, right? And the pieces will start to fit together, and then they all become like it becomes a complete package, right? I'm not saying I'm not complete. I'm working. You're never a complete package, but like sometimes the pieces don't connect right away, and like you think like what's going on, like why, I don't know. It's like you can kind of mind fuck yourself, and that's kind of what I did. But like you don't give up hope. Like you got to just keep working, keep learning, and eventually you'll get the connections between the striking and the boxing and the kickboxing and the wrestling. Like they don't connect right away. I feel like finding those connections is the tricky part, but it's so sweet when you do, right? It's like the funnest thing in the world. So
That's a great
yeah.
analogy, though. That is a great analogy. I like how you put it like that. And what about you? What percentage of the puzzle have you completed, do you think, in your mind?
This man, I'm chipping away for sure. Like because before, like I was, I could like box with boxers and wrestle with wrestlers and like do the art things separately. But then MMA, you got to connect everything. It's crazy how like like the slipping, this like moving your head and like making a miss, which is a boxing technique, can like blend with the wrestling technique, to getting to the inside. You know what I mean? But like you have to like connect these things. Anyway, like I feel like I'm a much more complete, like knowledgeable fighter. Like I feel like yeah. My confidence is high. I'm feeling good.
All right,
Um,
all right. Now,
um,
I was thinking that, you were going to be back faster since the fight only lasted for 4 minutes and it was a pretty nice finish, get that momentum going. What took so long? Were there some obstacles getting yourself booked quicker?
no, I could, it's a short fight. It was a tough fight. That guy came out and we banged and hit me with some good shots. And, I wanted to take like, at least a few weeks, make sure I'm having headaches, I'm kind of careful with that kind of thing. And, yeah, I don't know. I've been the one to, cause I'm trying to put these pieces together and learn and like make these connections that I'm talking about. So like, I like time to train and learn and grow, but like, I feel like I'm at the point where I've made these connections and I can start taking fights faster. Like I'm getting more confident in that aspect. Even like short notice fights, like I've never been the one to kind of do that, but I'm starting to change my opinion on that. Yeah, honestly, like the reason I just wanted to train more and continue to learn, because I literally get better. I get better very quick. I find like when I'm just training without a fight, like drastic changes like week by week is crazy. So like why would I rush into another fight? If I can go into the following fight like a much more complete, much more skilled fighter. So um, I'm in this for the long haul. I want to fight as long as I can. I want to go as far as I can. But that you have to be smart. You have to take your time, hone your skills, like make your run when the time's right. And I feel like the time. I feel like it's about that time. I do. So that's why I just like to take my time.
All right. Well, you
But
had Andre Muniz set up and then he withdrawed and now you got Makhmud Muradov. When you look at him and his record and some tape, what do you think of his skill set?
yeah, Makhmud's he's good. He's slick. He's a good fighter. Good movement, good feints. Like boxing heavy. I think it's a completely different style than the guy that I was gonna fight, Muniz, who wants to take you down and sub you. And there's also a lefty. Um, so yeah, he's good. And I think he's gonna bring out the best in me, you know. And I see a lot of like boxing style attacks. You know, I train at TriStar. Like he's a technical fighter. You can see he's raised in like the school of boxing. But in a way that's also a bit more predictable, right? Like when I fought Turman, like he just came at me and threw whatever, like, you know, front kicks to the face, like spinning back, like crazy shit, you know. I feel like Makhmud's a bit more polished and like I don't know. I feel like I've seen his style a lot. Is what I'm trying to say. I think I'm well versed in that kind of style, and I think I'm a more complete fighter. But the guy's good, and it's interesting. You never know the chemistry between two fighters until they get into the cage with each other. You know, it's one of those things where you got to feel out, see our rhythm. So yeah, but I do think I think, you know, like, you know how like when like you go with like a guy like who's awkward or a bit of a lower level than you or something, like kind of brings you it kind of brings you down to their level, right? It makes you also awkward. I feel like this guy is skilled, and I think it's going to bring out the best in me. I do. I think it's a great time to fight a guy like this. He's got a lot of hype. This guy's got 1 million followers. Who the fuck has 1 million followers? Kim Kardashian? Who is this guy? This is ridiculous.
I think
crazy.
I think he's on the money team too, right? Is he part of like Floyd? Yeah.
Yeah, Mayweather manages the guy. Whatever. No, you know, Instagram followers don't win fights.
Exactly.
That's all I can say. But he's good. It's going to be a good fight, and I think, yeah, I do think he's going to bring out the best in me. I'm very excited. I'm calm. I'm not like nervous. You know, I'm like calm and excited and ready to just like to put it out there. So I'm in a good place.
No doubt, this is an exciting matchup, man. Skill for skill, man. It's fun because I've seen what you can do and I've seen what he can do. Now, with you yourself, you've never been out of competition for more than a year, right? I don't even think a year. And your opponent, he's been sitting on the bench for like 13 months. Ring rust, cage rust, COVID fight week. You know, he has to deal with all of that. Do you think that those things will play a factor?
Not really. I mean, you know, I think he had 4 fights as he was supposed to have, and like all the guys backed out. So like the guy was in camp like all year. You can assume that he's better for sure. But you know, how much better, I don't know. Like I don't think he has changed his style too much or anything. But you know, yeah, you can assume he got better. But so did I, man. I fucking trained like crazy, man. I'm obsessive. That's all I do. So we're both gonna be better. But no, I expect the best Makhmud Muradov that there's ever been. So you know.
Well, you know, this fight.
You can't underestimate. You know.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, definitely. You gotta expect the best fighter. That's the worst thing you can do is be like, he's probably gonna have ring rust. You know, you go in there. No. You expect the worst.
Yeah. Well, like I said earlier, stylistically, this is a fight that could be very, very violent. You know, do you expect the same? Do you expect a repeat performance against Makhmud?
That'd be nice, man. Oh man, it'd be nice to knock this boy out. This pretty boy. He's never been knocked out, I believe. I think he's been subbed. Yeah. So of course, yeah. But I'm not going in like, you know, you want that every fight. You want to get some crazy knockout or submission, but that you can never look for it. If you look for it, it'll never come. Right? You're trying too hard. You have to just flow, right? Just go, not think, just not try too hard. It's weird. It's like counterintuitive for a fist fight, right? Like, you know, no, you see Kevin Holland, like he's so relaxed and this, you know, that's how you got to be. It's like it's very hard. That's the mind fuck of fighting. Like how can you do that when fists are flying at you? You guys trying to take your head off. But it's very important to just whatever, just touch, play, just dance with the guy, and then before you know it, he's like just dead before your eyes. It's a crazy sport, man. So yeah, I'm gonna do my thing, and hopefully he drops.
Is that kind of like the biggest thing that you got from that last fight is just to be relaxed and just to flow with it? Because you said like it just came. You weren't even looking for the knockout.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. But like you have to develop those skills, you know, to do that and to be, you know, you're not just relaxed. Like it takes years and then lots of sparring and lots of like honing your skills, and then eventually it shows in the fight. But yeah, I don't know.
Speaking of Kevin Holland, man, he had probably one of the best,
That was
years
crazy.
last year, right? 2020 was
Oh yeah,
insane for him, and yeah, of course the knockout was insane too. You know what I mean? Like that was beautiful. What is that? What you're expecting, kind of like this year for yourself? You know what I mean? Because it seems like a lot of people are taking advantage of people pulling out and just getting more fights in throughout the year. Do you feel like you can do that for yourself this year?
yeah, I do feel like it's my, I do feel like it's my time to make a run. You know, I feel confident. I feel like everything's come together, and like, I really hope I go out there and I have a repeat performance, and then, and if so, like, I think I'm going to be ready to get back in there soon. And yeah, tons of opportunity with COVID and dropouts, and so that's the thing. Like, yeah, everyone's like complaining about COVID, and it sucks, and it does suck. But you can also take advantage of like situations. People are getting signed right and left, like huge fight opportunities, out of the blue. So, yeah, I'm on board, man. Come in.
You had the best quote I've ever probably received from a fighter in your last interview, because it was right before COVID hit really hard, and you had your fight coming up, but it was canceled, and you said to me, "We could all find common ground in getting fucked," and it was one of the best, man. I just had to bring that up.
Yeah, it's true, man. Like everyone's having a hard time. Like everyone can relate to each other, and it's just like everyone can relate to having a common enemy.
Yeah.
Like some guy, you're in Walmart in the line or something to the cashier. Some guy cuts, and everyone teams up and hates on the, fuck this guy. The same kind of thing. Like, man, this sucks. Everyone feels the suck and can relate to other people, and everyone's dealing with something. Fuck, it's a shit show, man.
For sure, man. Well, January 23rd, man, UFC 257 pay-per-view. Big fight coming up. Have a safe flight, man. Big fight coming up.
At least said big. I messed with you. I thought you said big dick fight. I've never heard that one before, man. I like it.
Man, I would never say nothing like that, man. That's just a little suspect right there. But anyways, yeah, have a safe flight, Andrew, and all the best to you, man.
Thanks for having me, man.
Pick a move in the ring. You got hit.